everybody. Neil is off tonight, so I have hijacked his show. It is more 9 than-ish. I am a little late to the party, but we are going to see what happens here. You can see, I don't do this very often, so see what we have got going on. See if I can get this to come up on my phone. Not done this before, so. Well, Carrie Perry, hello. Thanks for joining me. It's a little nervous. I'm a little nervous tonight, I gotta admit. Gotta admit, because I don't usually talk about this, talk and do this, but you know what? Neil's out of town. Neil's not here. I'm gonna hijack more 9 than-ish, and let's see what we're gonna come up with, right? Let's see whatever show we talk about. I am just checking to see, watch things. This is a whole different camera setup that I'm normally used to, so I'm just kind of going with, like, whatever am I doing? You were listening to me on Kajabi. Listen to the new lesson, probably. Awesome. Awesome to hear. Okay, you guys. So, you know, Neil has been talking so much about goals and setting goals, and so I thought I would just jump on here tonight and hijack the show a little bit and talk about my own thoughts on goals and add a little bit of a twist to it, so to speak. So, you know, I'm just kind of, just kind of doing my thing. I'm hoping that as you watch this and you're thinking about goals, think about what your goals have already been set at, what you've already been working on, because I might give you some new information and have you adjust kind of what you're doing. So my camera is like different here than it is like when I'm on Zoom, so I don't know where to sit, don't know where to look, but I don't care. Y'all won't care. So here's the thing. We want our goals, right? Neil's been talking about the goals to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, and just to be SMART goals, right? SMART goals. We've talked about those a lot. And if you guys, when you jump on, if you want to say hi, I would sure appreciate that. Like I told Carrie, and I'm a little nervous, so I don't usually do this. So you're good on camera. Oh, Carrie, you're too kind to me. I might actually be seeing you soon, by the way, Carrie Perry. But when you talk about your SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, I love how it all works. I really do. I love how we get into them and really get you thinking about them. But I want to, Laurel, hello, how are you tonight? I want you guys to think about making your goals SMARTY goals. Yep, SMARTY goals. Because who doesn't like SMARTY goals? That just sounds no offense, it sounds a little bit more fun than just a SMART goal. But SMARTY goals are just a different way to think about what Neil's already talking to you guys about. So SMARTY goals is adding a Y, right? Smart Y, SMARTY, SMARTY. So though I'm saying that SMARTY, like the letter Y, I'm actually using the word Y. Y. And you can apply it in 2 different ways. You can apply it to when you're actually creating your goals to strengthen your goals, or if things are going a little wonky, a little sideways as you hit your goals, then it's kind of the goal, the why, like what's happening? What's happened? What didn't I anticipate? What didn't I think about? How can I make this better? So the concept of the 5 whys is actually kind of the where you peel back the layers. You're peeling back the layers. It's kind of like an onion, and then you get to the root cause of what's happening or why your goal's written the way it is. And so when we think about that, and we think about coming back to really try to understand what's happening, it's always asking the one question: why? And sometimes you're asking it just maybe you go down, just drill it down 5 times. Why? Sometimes you're going to be drilling it down 15, 20, maybe more. It may become like a tree kind of a thing about why. But when you look at it and you drill it down, it's like, okay, let's think about Neil's goals, the SMART goals, right? Specific. Add the word why to it. Why did you word it the way you did? Why is it this important that I worded my goal to be this specific in this way? Because could your goal statement be a little ambiguous? Can it be taken in a different way? Can it be open to interpretation so that when you don't really hit the goal, you're just kind of close. You're like, yeah, see, I hit it. But it really, when you think about it, you didn't word it the way that it should have been worded to make it specific enough for what you really wanted. You worded it enough to be just good enough, right? You didn't word it in such a way that it is so specific and spot on to exactly what you needed and what you wanted for your store or yourself, your personal life. Measurable. Why? Why is this the best way to measure it? Should this goal be measured by quarter? Should it be measured by 6 months? Should it be measured for the year? If I'm losing weight, should I measure it by pounds? Should I measure it by inches? Which way is the best way to measure it? Because if you're not clear, when you get down to trying to track things come a little sideways. And you're not hitting the goal the way that you really intended for the goal to be hit. So think about it. What or why is this the correct way to measure? If you're looking at achievable, why do you think this goal is achievable? And I'm not saying that you guys can't hit your goals, because damn straight you can. And I know you can, because I've seen them get hit. I'm saying the April, JJ, how are you guys tonight? When I'm talking about the achievable, I'm talking about what are the potential things that are going to stand in your way. If you think about it, you want a store that's busy and crazy and hustling and bustling, right? What are those potential obstacles that are going to come to you that are going to make it not be able to hit the goals that you wanted, right? Because you have to anticipate the good and anticipate the bad that's going to come along with it, and figure out that why, that mix in between that's going to be like, yep, I know this could happen. So I'm going to plan in my goals, I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to set it up so that this goal is going to be hit because I've already looked at the potential obstacles that are going to come my way, right? If I know what's going to hinder my progress as I go through this goal, and I've worked this out in my head that if this happens, this is going to happen, then I'm going to be able to hit my goal faster and better. It's going to be stronger. If you look at the relevancy of it, why does this goal matter to you? Why is it so important? Why is it so important that you hit this goal? What's the motivation behind it, right? The big thing is, does it align with the values that you have for yourself and your business? Does it align with the bigger picture for you, your team, your store? If it doesn't always hit that and hit up with that, then it could really cause you some problems. JG, I think we're all our biggest obstacle when we come to setting goals and trying to hit them. We all do that. But sometimes I think we think too much about why I'm not going to hit it instead of what am I going to do to hit it? What am I going to do if this happens? What am I going to do to make it be so effing amazing? Sorry, shouldn't probably say that. But what can I do now to prepare for when this is going to happen, right? And it's time bound. What is this the absolute best time frame? Why is this the best time frame for me? Why is this not the best time frame? Like right now for next level, I know what we've got planned out for the first 4 months of the year, and for me to put another goal, a big goal in the middle of that, I know I won't hit it. I absolutely know I'm not going to hit it, because these other things are so big, so huge for us that it's going to stop me. So this is not the best time frame. So you have to look at the goal and say, why is this the best time frame? Should I push this off and say, okay, between May and July, this is when I should hit this goal. This is when I'm going to achieve this goal. I'm not going to hit it between January and April, because really I know it's not going to happen. I'm going to be realistic with myself, because if I don't do that, I'm going to set myself up for failure when it comes to be, and I say I'm going to hit this in 6 months, and I've already lost 4 months of the year. I've got to figure out what my best timeline is. And so when you think about this, when you think about the whys, and when you're thinking about your goals, and you think about, again, and it's looking at, and I have notes, why you worded the statement the way you did, Why is this the best way to measure it or measure your progress? Why do you think this goal is achievable? How can I plan for different things? Why does this goal matter to you? And why is this the best time frame? You're making your goals SMARTY goals. You know, because when you take these goals and then you write them down, you figure it out, and so you've chosen, let's say you want your goal to be that your store sales are going to be 15% more than it was in the first quarter of 2023. Your 2024 goals are 15% more, and that means that you need $10,000 more a month in sales. Okay, $10,000, no, not a month, more, just $10,000 a month in sales, which breaks down to $2,500 a week. So you need $10,000 a month, $2,500 a week to hit your goal of 15% in the first quarter. But let's say this week you were only at 1720, so you were a couple hundred shy, right? More than a couple hundred shy of what you needed. Let's use the Y on the other side, right? Let's break it down. April, I hear you. I told you my goals and it makes me very nervous. Look at me doing math. I know, I hate math. I can't think of what that answer is, but telling someone goals is actually what makes you stronger. Because I've told April my goals. I've told several people my goals. And that's what makes it stronger. It really solidifies it, because that first step is actually putting it out there. When you put it out there to the world, it's like, oh my gosh, I put it out there. I can do this. I can do this, and I have someone right there with me who believes in me, right? Because I know April believes in me. April has seen my goals. She knows what I can do. She knows what I'm capable of. She knows that these goals are pushing me a little far out of my limits, right? But here we go. We're gonna do it, right? But if you're not hitting your goals, let's say again we needed to hit 2,500. We're only at 1,720. What are we gonna do? We're going to ask the why. We're going to why this thing down. And you might be at 5 whys, and you might have to take it to 1520s, and you might have trees of whys. Because when you start getting into it, you start seeing things that maybe you didn't realize before. But this is taking an honest look at what is happening in your personal or your professional goals. So our problem was we didn't hit our sales goal this week. Why? Because people weren't buying. Okay, I'll take that to a certain point. But let's focus on facts, not opinions. Okay? Why? They just weren't out. It's minus 15 degrees out. People aren't shopping. Okay, they might not be shopping your in-store, but are they shopping your online? Have you done anything to get them to shop online? Right? I put one post out. Is one post going to solve the problem? No, one post is not going to give me hundreds of dollars, right? So why? Break it down. Why? Let's say it wasn't 15 below zero, and it was a balmy 72 degrees and sunny. So why? There wasn't enough inventory on the sales floor. That's an honest, realistic look at what you're doing, right? You're looking at reports, you're seeing, okay, I don't have the inventory. I need to get the inventory onto the floor. Why didn't we do that? Because we were too busy with everything coming in. We just couldn't keep up. We didn't have time. We were just dealing with all of this stuff. Okay, again, let's look at it a little bit. Be honest. What was happening in your processing? Because our intake crew talks too much, asks each other questions, interrupts each other all the time. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting into the why. Why is that happening? And this might be an answer that you don't want to hear, if you think about it, because there were some things that when I drilled it down into my store, I'm telling you guys, I didn't want to hear the answer, but I knew the answer, and it was ugly because it all came back to me. So what if the answer is because they're worried they're going to put stuff in wrong and they're going to get in trouble? Why are they worried they're going to put stuff in wrong and they're going to get in trouble? Because I've undermined everything that they do. And then they know that I've taken away their confidence. Because I haven't put things into practice, I haven't put things into play that is really going to give them the confidence to put in the right information, to do it right without walking on eggshells. Okay, now you've gotten to the bottom. Now you've gotten to the root cause. Your team is scared that they're going to make a mistake, and you're going to get nasty, angry, ugly at them. Laurel, you're so funny. But it's such a true statement, right? How many times do we get upset with the people that are processing, and then they're afraid? You know, we had in April. You'll have to put this in the comments. I can remember one. I can't do the other one. The color, the stupid color of Mafuchsias. There's that color between mauve and fuchsia and whatever, and it's like, what the heck is that color? So they came up with the color of Mafuchsias, and I know there's another one, and I can't for the life of me remember what the other one is. But that was some of the fun things that, you know, they came up with it. I was okay with it. I knew what the color meant, but it was having fun. Turkotilian, right? So it's figuring out what are those stopping things, what are those stopping points that really are putting your team in a state of just panic, right? Or maybe if they don't have the right tools. Maybe they need more computers, faster computers. Maybe they need more hangers. Maybe they need the setup better. Maybe they need the tagging guns better tagging guns. Whatever it is, when you start looking into it and figuring out what it is they need, drilling it down into the why, then you start seeing the answers. You start seeing the patterns and the trends. But what if it isn't because of your inventory? What if it's because of your sales team, right? What if it's because your team is letting it go that when they walk in and you ask them, you know, how you doing, blah, 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 and they say, oh, just looking, and you just take that at face value. Your sales team is taking it at face value. They're not selling. They're just letting it go that, okay, they're just looking. Don't need to deal with them. We're just going to let them go on their merry way and never check back into each other. I think you guys have heard me say before, I walked into a store that was not that big. There was, I believe, 15 employees working and not one person acknowledged me. Yeah, am I going to want to go back in there? Not really. Did I buy anything? Nope. Did I go back in there? Yes. Were there that many people working? No. Did anybody acknowledge me? Barely. Did I buy anything? No. I'll be honest. If you're not even, you have to give your team, you know, look at your team. Maybe your Tuesday sales are great and Thursday sales aren't so great. Maybe Tuesday people need to help Thursday people with their sales. Maybe the wrong people are in the wrong roles, right? So it's figuring out, it's drilling it down, it's asking the why, and taking it down and taking it down and taking it down until we figure it out. Until you figure out what's happening and how to break it down and how to bring this problem back under control, right? Again, you're not going to always stop at 5 whys. You could be having so many different whys come about that it could be scary, but it can be it's this big relief when you kind of figure out what you need to do for your store, your processes, and your streamlining. But, you know, it's not just for you guys too, you know, for you guys. It's also for me, and it's for April, and it's for Neil. And I'll tell you how we use it every week. At least April and I do. So every single week, I set goals for the week. April sets goals for the week. And part of it is drilling down on my big goals, right? So right now, like April said, she put her goals out there, and it was scary. I put my goals out to April, and it's scary. And I just told her this past week, I said, I'm probably going to rewrite those because I'm working on the why of the relevant and time-based to have my goals of what I want to get done this year. So I have to rewrite them because it's not, like I said, I've got some big stuff coming up this first quarter plus along, first third of the year. So I want to make sure that I've got time to actually hit them. So if I don't have time, then I'm going to feel dejected, feel like crap because I didn't hit my goals. Instead, I want to hit my goals. I want to do this because when I do it, I know great things are coming for you guys, our customers and our clients and store owners. So I have my big goals. I'm redoing them. But then Monday is our check-in day. So every Monday, April, I usually get a text in the morning that says, what you working on this week? So we hop on a Zoom, we talk, and we figure out what each of us, our goals are for the week. So we go over them, we kind of make sure that we are on the same track, that we know what each one's talking about and what's going to happen with them. And then on Thursday, it's the how's things going this week. So we do it on Thursdays because that gives me a little bit of an extra, it gives me Friday cushion, though sometimes it's Saturday and Sunday. It gives me a little cushion, and then it's like, okay, here we are. This is where I stand, this is what I've done, this is what I still need to do, and I think it's time, maybe I need to switch this up a little bit, or I'm waiting for this, or whatever it is, and we sit in there and we kind of work it through to make sure we're hitting them, right? If I've hit them by Thursday, great. If April's hitting by Thursday, great. We might just add another one for the week, right? But if we're not hitting them and we get to Monday and it's like, okay, so I didn't quite hit my goals this week. And so it might be like, okay, what happened? Why? Why didn't we hit our goals? Why are we in what's the state we're in today? And so when I think about it, I'll be honest, sometimes I'm waiting for an answer from somebody else. It's out of my control a little bit. So then I need to look at that and see how can I make that things not be so out of my control. So I'm relying on somebody else, staying in my lane. I might have gotten caught up in somebody else's, another client's or another work thing that happened, because things happen and we have to adjust, right? But sometimes, and you guys can tell me if I'm the only one, because I really don't think I am, sometimes it's just, I fell down. I just I blew it. And it wasn't for any real reason. It was just maybe like I wasn't having it that day. I had Friday to finish it, and I just wasn't having it on Friday. I just wasn't in that mindset. My brain wasn't working as well as it should be on Friday, right? Sometimes it's, April's not pestering me too much. Pretty much I'm pestering her all the time, April. That's true. My mind starts and you're like, oh, hell no. Or what's happening? I have to give April a heads up when my mind starts going. I will be honest. Because that's one of the things that happens to me, that I don't hit my goals, is my mind starts going too much and I have all of these ideas, right? So we have to rein them in, and sometimes it's like, April, what do I do? And she'll be like, okay, that's not important this week, or that's not hitting this goal, or sometimes it's like, sometimes she tells me, and she tells me this a lot, and I'm just going to be, I don't care. She tells me, that is not relevant to what you're doing today. And it just kind of depends on what the topic is, and sometimes it's like, Ange, it will never be good enough for you if you don't just put it out there today. That's so true, because I'm always reworking stuff all the time. But she has to tell me, and that kind of gets me back in the brain mode of getting my SMARTY goals done. But you guys, when you start using the why, exactly, you start out so good, Laura. We start out doing exactly what we want, the meetings, the planning, and everything, and then, oh my gosh, one thing happens and it derails everything, right? And you don't get back on. So Laura, I'm going to challenge you right now. Here you go, this week. Get back on it. Get back on it. If anybody else has that same thing, get back on it. Just part of it is acknowledging it, and it's saying, hey, and it would be me saying to April, hey, I know that I got off track. I know that I got off track. I know that we need to rein this in, and let's get back on it, and we're doing it again. We're going to start up again. We're going to start doing this again. And April is right, 100%. I'm overthinking this all the time. And Melon, oh my goodness, how are you? You're on Donkey Kong right now, Laurel. Oh, you're funny. I'm curious to know how it is going, Laurel, but I will tell you that. But Melon, good to see you. I hope you're in Arizona and not in Nebraska right now. For those who could see Marilyn Gable on there, she is my boss and my friend from the 911 Center way back when. We worked together for when I was there for 25 years, oh my goodness, 20 years, 25 years. I can't even remember, Melon. She was my boss way back then. So it's good to have her on here with us today. But thinking, it's just being a smarty pants, being the smarty, adding that why to the end of your SMART goals, to the end of figuring out what's gone wrong when things aren't going wrong, and doing the same things on why. Why did this go so well? What did we do? What have we been doing that's making this stuff go so well? And how can we apply it to other things that aren't going so well? So Laurel, maybe it is, okay, we were doing so well when we were having our meetings. And then here we go. We got off track. So this event went well because we were on track. We got off track. This event didn't go so well. Let's go back. Let's get things done like we need to. So you guys, I know that it was 25 minutes of me just rambling. But sometimes Neil needs a break. You know that. And sometimes I just like to, sometimes I think this is the first time that I have hijacked his show, that I've been still awake. It's 9:30 at night. Okay, who am I kidding? I'm always awake. But it's 9:30. It's Sunday night. My mom's coming down. She flies in tomorrow. My mom, my sister-in-law, and my niece are all flying in tomorrow. So my goals were to get everything ready for them. And am I going to hit my mark? Nope. And I can tell you right now why. And it's because this afternoon I laid down. I watched Suits for a couple of hours. I just needed a break, right? But it's good. Things are going to get done. Things are going to be good. And I'm excited to see them. And I don't think they're going to care. You should hijack it, April. I don't think they're going to care that I didn't get every single thing cleaned, right? They're just going to care that they're down here where it's warmer than minus 17 degrees. See that right now on my computer? I will tell Mama Tess hi. So you guys, I hope that you have an amazing night. I don't have a before book to read or a book to read. I got nothing. I don't have anything cute and smart even set up on my computer, I don't think. Normally I have something on there, but I so appreciate you coming on and listening to me. Ring a bell. Oh my gosh, I do have a bell in the other room, but I don't have one with me. I don't have a bell. I gotta get a bell. April, we gotta get me a bell. So I hope you guys make it an amazing night. You guys are so funny. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you so much. Again, this was, thank you. Dave was the other day. So again, thank you so much for being a part of Next Level. Thank you so much for joining me tonight and letting me just ramble a little bit about being a smarty. And if I can figure out how to end this live show, we're going to do that right now. So make it a great week. Plan for the week. Set your goals for the week. Have someone help you be accountable. And just really knock this week out of the park. And you never know when I might pop in again. I will see you guys later. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.